Good morning, everybody. Wanted to give you an update on what we're doing here at Love Farm. We're working on getting our chicken tractor up and running for our meat birds, and right now they're in the brooder, so I wanted to give you kind of an overview of the brooder and the chicken tractor and show you what we're doing here. So thanks for tuning in. I'll give you a tour here. This is our brooder. We made this entirely out of parts from here on the homestead here at Love Farm. This is an old storm door from the house. The paneling, the siding and things on it is all entirely from indoor projects, just scraps that were left. The same with the 2x4s and the 2x6s that were used, and the plywood and things. All were recycled from the house and brought from the house. The tin was from when the roof was done recently on the house. That was some leftover. The fan was a kind of beat up old fan that we brought. That window there was an extra from the house that didn't get used. So everything on this chick brooder was something that I either brought from my house or that was already here on the farm. So no material cost other than the screws that we used to put it together. So these are our meat birds. They're doing very well. We've lost a few. A couple of them were from a very cold night that we had from a cold snap early on, where the power was off in the area overnight and we didn't know it, but that was about it. So in here we've got our waterer and our feeder. And those have a place where they'll be a little higher up and shouldn't get junk in them in the tractor, which I'll show you in a minute. We have a heat lamp that is actually controlled by a thermostat. So if it drops below a certain temperature, that heat lamp turns on and keeps them warm. But if it's warm enough, it turns off because it's not really needed. And then we have the fan on the side there. During the day, as the sun hits the roof here, we have it largely in the shade, but during certain parts of the day the sun can hit the roof and cause it to overheat in there. So we have the fan, and it pulls air through. It also keeps ammonia levels and things down in the air. And then we're also using wood shavings to help absorb the nitrogen from their poop, and that seems to be working really well. So that's the brooder. We made it a specific size. It's 8 feet by 4 feet. It's made specifically to be able to fit on our trailer. So if we want to ever take the meat birds somewhere else, once they're done brooding, to run them on somebody else's pasture, we can just stick the brooder on the trailer and haul them over easily. Here's our tractor. Since we're dealing with dogs, we have electric fence on it, and some Powerade bottles to use as insulators to make sure it doesn't short on the metal wire there. We'll take that off after a few days once the dogs are trained to know not to try and go after the chickens. And then over here, this is our latch. Should be predator proof. It's just about human proof. So we can put the chickens in, we can get to their food and water and be able to get them taken care of each day. And then we're actually going to pull this around with the tractor. So each day they'll have new fresh grass, fresh seeds, fresh bugs to eat. Hopefully that'll keep our grain costs down and really improve the quality of the meat of the birds that we end up with. So that's our rundown. If you have any questions, any comments, things you think we could do better, leave them in the comments, and we'd love to see them and get an idea for what you think of it and what you've tried, what's worked, what hasn't worked, and we'll keep you updated. Thanks for watching.